Hello people, this is some scratch card news. Let me get that out properly. And I'm massively disappointed that the Lotto is scrapping their £10 cards, as you can see on their Twitter feed. The thing I don't buy, why don't you just be honest and just tell people the truth? They're not selling enough £10 scratch cards to hit their profit margin on them. I do not buy it for a second. What the hell does over-index among problem gamblers? What I'm going to find really interesting, people, is if they're going to remove the £10 scratch card from the online version. I've got a funny feeling they will not be doing that. I'm massively disappointed because people who watches my channel, you would see that I do £10 cards most of the time, and if I bring up my other chart, you can kind of understand why. If you see this, for example, this is just covering episode 1 to episode 5. So the £5 cards, I've played 15 videos. My kind of money back, give or take up to £40, is 12, which ain't too bad. Profit, £40 or over, is only 2. Bearing in mind, those 2 winners were only £45 and £65. And obviously I've gone bust once on £5 cards. Now the estimate, which is what I've done to try and make it more fairer when comparing to the £10 cards, shows that potentially I could have got far more of the money back. So that's between like £5 going up to £40. But then when we look at the profit, I think it would be very hard to beat the £10 cards on the profit, because it goes up to 6, but going by the 2 that I had, which was a £45 win and a £65 win, you could argue and say, well, you might have only been lucky to get that around that amount of profit out of those 6 videos. And obviously when you look at the bust goes up to around 4. Now obviously the £10 cards is 1 extra, but when you factor in the 11 profit videos that I've had, and bearing in mind 7 of those wins are £50 plus, I think about 4 of them is a £100 winner. So you know, that's why the first lot of episodes on my channel, you see quite a few £5 videos, and then they just disappear, because these numbers clearly shows a clear pattern that the lottery is making far more money off the £5 cards than they are the £10 cards, and that's why they're taking them off sale. It has nothing to do with problem gamblers. They don't. The gambling industry's gotta say they care, because that's part of how the PR in it, to make out that they're not taking advantage of problem gamblers. But you know, that is so much, it's just all PR stuff. You know, if they really cared about that, they would be looking at doing something for a £1 or £2 cards, which is what most poor people plays. And like, sadly, the odds on winning something off those cards are terrible, because I bet they probably want to make anything from, for example, a £1 win, I bet they probably make about £15–20 on that to pay out that pound. So you know, and as you scale up the prizes, it gets harder. So a £10 win, they probably want to make 30 to £30, so they'll have to sell about 30 losing cards to pay out that £10. So like I said, I've always followed the numbers, and as you can see, the numbers are quite clear. Yeah, you could make the case, if I had done 40 £5 video cards, only £5 video cards, I would have got more of my money back. But at the same time, those 6 winning cards profit making cards, the chances are they would have only been relatively low profit margins, whereas the £10 cards only gave me back 24 of the £20 ish money back. But when you factor in those profit wins, over £400 worth in profit wins, you know, overall I'm still losing money, but you know, it still goes to show that this is exactly the reason why they're cancelling the £10 cards, because it doesn't matter that they're making profit. All what matters to the lottery is the fact that they want to make more profit. That's the way of everything now, isn't it? All the global big companies, they can make profit, but that's not enough. They've got to make more profit to justify to their investors. It's not enough that they're just making profit. Profitable company is no longer good enough. They've got to, based on their size, they've got to be making this amount of profit. If they don't, their share prices slumps and they lose a lot of money off of that. Now, just to confuse things even more, approximately 2 weeks ago, Monday 2 weeks ago, something like that, I did get this nice win. Which confuses me. It gives me hope, but that hope is on a very, very thin line. This was from my local Sainsbury's store, so I just went there, randomly bought 2 cards, and these were the 2 that I got, and it's just unbelievable. To get the £100 on the triple jackpot I was more than happy with that, and I was expecting a complete loss on the instant 500s, because they have been pretty poor for me until I got that. And I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. Even going back to the till, even the women were like, wow. And luckily they paid me it all out, because obviously it's 2 different transactions. So I got £600 cash. That was a lovely day. But like I said, I was still massively disappointed about them scrapping the £10 cards, because that's what my channel mostly do. And as you've seen earlier by the chart, it clearly shows that it's pointless me carrying on to do all my videos, because I've cut the £5 videos just to 1 out of 11 episodes. So, you know, and there is that murky area where I have bought the odd £5 cards to substitute the £10 cards I couldn't get. But you could clearly see the pattern on this chart where it goes, and that's why they're getting rid of £10 cards. Is they don't like that profit margin that people can make. And when you scale this up and down the country, you know, this is just me, a single person. When you scale it up and down the country, I bet their profit margins on those £10 cards are very small, and they're not happy with that. That's why they're scrapping them. So yeah, I'll leave you on this disappointing point. I will just add, because of that win, my scratch cards should be back sometime in October. It might be towards the end of October or the beginning. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how things go. But yeah, it shouldn't be that long, and episode 13 should be coming up with the YouTube participation. So yeah, that should be fun for people to watch. Until the next lot of videos. Ta-da!